What is your name?
Patty Olson.
And who are we talking about today?
My husband, Daryl. Before he was diagnosed, that we're talking about, played golf. He loved to cook. We had a very special relationship. He was active. He loved being a grandpa. So when he was diagnosed, it was a surprise. He had a lingering cough that he thought was allergies. Then he thought it was medication he was on that would cause a cough, so he didn't go to the doctor soon enough, even though I asked him that he should have it checked because it had been 6 or 8 months that he had this cough. He finally decided to go to the doctor when it got hard for him to breathe. And initially, his doctor referred him to ear, nose, and throat. We had to wait 6 weeks for that appointment. And when he got that appointment, the doctors there scoped him and told him that his cancer was in his throat. They told him they didn't know what was causing him to be so hoarse. They called it vocal cord paralysis. The good news, however, they said, was that it wasn't cancer. That was the good news. So then he referred us to a oncology doctor at OHSU in Oregon. And that appointment, we learned that it indeed was stage 4 laryngeal cancer. When we first found out, I think we were both in a little bit of shock because we weren't expecting it. We were told the good news was it wasn't cancer. So we were both in a little bit of shock. However, for him, I think initially, I think deep down he was accepting, but it took him a while to come to that. Denial, that's right. I think there was a little bit of denial, and I don't know that denial is the right word. There was one day, I can remember, this was before his surgery to remove his voice box. And he was really quiet one day, and I just asked him, are you okay? And he said, yes, he was okay, but he was mourning the loss of his voice before it happened. He knew it was coming. He goes, I just have to go through it. I have to go through this mourning. He only spent one day like that, just kind of down and thinking about it. And after that, he wanted nothing but happiness around him. No negativity. He wouldn't allow any negativity, around him. He just went through the rest of his diagnosis and cancer and the treatments and stuff with the most positive outlook. He first went through the day that he was diagnosed. He was having a really difficult time breathing. And we actually called the ambulance that morning before we went to the doctor because he'd taken a hot shower and the moisture from the shower was narrowing his ability to breathe. And I called the ambulance because he was not able to breathe well. By the time the ambulance got here, he had been able to recapture that. And we drove him to his appointment rather than the ambulance offered to drive him. And we said, no, we can do it. He was better, at that point. That was the day he was diagnosed. When we get to the appointment,
diagnosed?
So when he was diagnosed on that day, the doctor also told him that he would not be coming home tonight or today because he would have to have a tracheotomy done. That's before he had his voice box removed, but that's so he could breathe. He was breathing through smaller than a straw, or about the size of a straw is what the amount of breath that was going through is all. So they had to give him a tracheotomy. So he went through that, and then once that healed up, about 6 weeks later, he had his voice box removed. That was really a lengthy, difficult surgery, and spent about, I think 8 or 10 days in the hospital from that. Then after that, after a little bit of healing happened, he began radiation and chemo. So he had 5 days a week he had radiation. Once a week he had chemo for almost 3 months. And throughout the whole time, he was just positive, upbeat. I have a picture of him sitting in the chemo chair for his first treatment. Big smile on his face, saying, "Let's just get her done." Get her done. So chemo was hard, as time progressed, he became very lethargic. But he was still happy. He wanted no negativity around him. He still was very happy, or presented as happy and positive. He did better at that than I did. So when after he finished his first round of chemo, and that was in right before Thanksgiving time of the same year he was diagnosed, he was gave him a break. They said he wasn't going to be doing any more chemo for a little while, and I think it was about February, they would be starting immunotherapy with him, which is not chemo, the more natural type of treatment. And they said they had really good luck with it. And so he did immunotherapy for about 2 months. And, no, it was longer than that. 3 or 4 months, I think. When he was finished with that, and they retested him to see where he was at with the cancer in his body, the cancer actually had gotten worse. It had spread. The immunotherapy did not work at all. So they decided in August to start him on a really difficult, hard chemo. They said it would be tough. He was not able to finish that treatment. They had to pull him off of it because it was so hard on his body. The chemo, the treatment itself nearly killed him. So they pulled him off of that. That was the August, September. They pulled him off in early October. And in November, no, it was the end of October, he and I took a trip to the beach. And when he was pretty sick, but he wanted to do this. We took a trip to the beach, and during that trip, I noticed things just were not looking good. And I kept telling him I wanted to take him to the hospital and have him checked out. He needed to have his blood in his hip. Nope, didn't want to do it. He was good. And by the last night we were at the beach, I told him, I said, when we get home tomorrow, I said, we're going to repack. I said, I am taking you to OHSU. I said, you are going to go. I said, I know that you need to be checked out. And so that's what we did. They ended up keeping him there for like 3.5 weeks. The chemo that he had been on had totally depleted all of his blood counts, so low. He almost didn't come out of that. He finally did turn a point, and they let him go home. He's still walking. He's still ambulatory at this point. But one day, a week or two later, he collapsed here. His legs just collapsed. I could see that he was using a walker, and I went over to help him, and there was nothing I could do, so I just take him to the floor. I called the ambulance. We took him to the hospital, and that's when we discovered that it had spread to his bones in his hips, which is why he collapsed. And that's when he was placed on home hospice. Home hospice brought a bed in and nurses and stuff. And at that point, he had become pretty much bedridden because he couldn't. The cancer in his bone was very painful. And he was right over there in the hospital bed, right where the end of the couch is over there. Yeah. And that's where he spent the rest of his days until he became unconscious one morning and went to hospice, where he spent 5 days. Today's his anniversary. Did you know that? Yeah. Yeah. 8 years today.
What was his final days like? Like, who was he with? Like
he was with me. He was with me. I'd called his daughter. His daughter came and visited. But he was, and his brother and his wife were in and out. And Chris, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Your mom and Chris came. They were at hospice when he was at hospice there. So, yeah. It was. And you. And you. Yeah.
And then he died December 26th. You know around what time?
Yep. 2:54 a.m. on December 26th.
How did he try to elevate positivity through it? Through the whole thing?
He just didn't allow anything negative around him. He didn't want to hear anything negative. He didn't want to be around negative people. He only wanted to be around positive, and he kept his spirits up by believing. He totally believed he was going to come through this. And he talked about future. You know, when his legs get better, he'll be able to go back to golf. And he just was trying to refuse it.
How did your relationship shift with him during his illness?
It didn't shift.
Not at all?
Nope. We still were very...
Did it grow at all?
Absolutely. I say I didn't. If anything, it grew. If anything, it didn't stress our. Well, it's not that it didn't stress our It didn't stress our relationship. We had a solid relationship. It was stressful watching him go through this and trying to be positive in front of him. But
what do you miss most about him?
There's something I had made a comment about once that somebody else had stated that when they, I think it was a post I did on Facebook after he passed, and it kind of summed up, which was, I missed us. I missed us together. So it wasn't just that I missed him. I did miss him, but I missed us together. That's what I miss most.
How did his passing influence your perspective?
I had to dig really deep to move forward. I'm still moving forward. I'm still grieving.
Did how he went through everything and how he passed, did it affect how you saw life in any form?
I don't think how I saw life. I think it helped me to learn more about knowing that there's an afterlife, because that's what helps get me through. That's what helps get me through.
What would you want people to know and remember most about him?
What a very kind man he was. He would give you the shirt off his back. Animals. He loved animals. He made a winter home for a stray cat out back because he didn't want to see him go through the winter. He was just a very kind, gentle soul. He accepted it, and he did it with grace, positivity, and don't wait. Yes, that's a big learning thing, is to not wait. Don't wait.
And if you could tell him, if he could stand right here where I'm standing right now, and you could tell him something, what would it be?
Just how much I love him and miss him still, and how I miss us. He knows that already. I know he knows that already. And I would just tell him that, you know, he graced me with such a beautiful life. Our time together. He knows that. He knows that. He knows how I felt about him. I know how he felt about me. And that's the one thing that really brings me peace too. There were things that just, we didn't have anything unsaid between us.
What was your favorite memory with him?
So many. I don't think I have a favorite.
First thing that comes to mind.
First thing that comes to mind is the time we set aside to spend together every week. So we made it very special. Saturday nights was our date night. Those were our favorite.
I think my mom has told me about that.
Yeah. We were very intentional with the time that we spent together. We made us important to one another.
Well, how would you describe his personality?
His personality. He was a very gentle. He was a gentle old soul. He loved music. Played guitar. He it's hard for me to pin one thing down. I would just describe him as a gentle old soul. He was kind of on the quiet side, for the most part, but he loved to enjoy life with family and friends. Yeah.
What was his favorite activity or hobby?
Oh, cooking, golf, and casinos with friends. Yeah. That's right.
What was something he taught you about life before he was diagnosed? Like knowing him. What did you learn from knowing him?
Did I learn from knowing him? I learned how to be patient. He was a very patient person. So that's probably what he taught me most.
What did he value in life most?
Life. He enjoyed life. He loved family. and friends. He just wanted to be simple life. He just simple life.
If they could share one final piece of advice today, what do you think it would be?
Don't wait.